Thank y'all for tapping like. What's going on? Peace, brothers and sisters. What's going on? Cruzan Rose, what's up? Justice for Sonia Massey. Justice for Sonia, absolutely. Justice for our slain sisters and brothers, victims of a cycle of injustice started with the exploitation of our people. The Privileged Protection Department does not grant protection to anyone without privilege. Our sisters are the most unprotected, the most disrespected in our society, while simultaneously doing the most work. My oh my. Say your name: Sonia Massey, Sade Robinson. Say your name of G.K. Owens. The list goes on. And here we are, asleep at war. Appreciate you, beauty. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for the gifts. Here we are, asleep at war, Breonna Taylor. Here I am with another live to wake y'all up, here to raise your consciousness. Do we understand the predicament we find ourselves in as a people? Do we understand what's going on around us? Or are we complicit? There are 4 ways a victim of systemic oppression can react to their hostile environment. Those ways are submission, cooperation, resistance, and retaliation. Are we submitting? A lot of us are cooperating. Some of us are resisting. If you retaliating, you ain't got no business on TikTok. Those are 4 ways that you can react to a system of oppression. Retaliation is what happens to Malcolm X, to Martin Luther King. Retaliation is what happened with Assata Shakur. When you retaliate, you become an enemy of the state. Group retaliation would create an environment where we would all be awake. Group retaliation. But right now, I gotta do lives just to convince some of us to stop loving our oppressor during our oppression. So we ain't at retaliation for the group yet. Right now, a lot of us are in cooperation and submission. My platform is built to wake some of us up. Do good cops exist? If so, where they at? A good cop is 6 feet below us. And that's not because of anything that we created. Their system of injustice requires any good police to no longer be police or to no longer be with us. Look up Chris Dorner. "5% of what?" Somebody said 5%. 5% of what? Police? Do police uphold the law? Let's say that police uphold the law. Let's say that 5% exists. Do they uphold laws that will liberate and bring about a structure where black people can receive justice? So even that 5% that we want to say are good, if they're forced to participate in injustice, they ain't good. They might get a pat on the head by their master, and that master will tell them they good. They ain't good to me. Justice is the guarantee of safety, and a guarantee that whoever is the most harmed receives the most justice, receives the most healing, receives the most repair. Brothers and sisters, we have not received any of that.
Daddy.
Peace. What's up?
Daddy.
Peace. What's going on? I hear the little one. Could you give us your age, race, and pronouns, Doodle?
I'm 24. I'm black.
All right. And your pronouns?
He.
All right. Talk to us.
I personally don't think there are good cops. Especially with this Sonya Macy situation going on. A lot of people, are starting to see that that they don't serve our interests. I'm surprised it's taken black people this long to see that, but the video was just horrible to look at. I'm sorry, I got my daughter here with me. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. Those that have a constitution strong enough, I would encourage y'all to watch it too. But don't watch it if it's going to trigger you and give you nightmares. Only watch it if you understand that, this is how things go in an unjust environment. If you understand that, then I hope those images enrage you and radicalize you and make you want to mobilize, especially the brothers. It's hard to watch that happen to a sister. Look like it could be your sister. Look like she could be, your mother, your aunt, your niece. You know what I'm saying? Your neighbor. So that being the case, brothers that practice their Second Amendment right, be the brother that a sister can call on before she called the police. Don't even mean she got to be family. You know what I'm saying? We should be protecting our own. Let's keep it real.
And she doesn't have to give you anything. There are no stipulations and no requirements that a black woman should have to meet in order to, quote unquote, be deserving of your protection. You protect her because she is a black woman. Not saying that black women don't have the ability to protect and defend themselves. Not saying that at all. But brothers, it is absolutely still our responsibility and our honor to defend the women that mean the most in the world to us. black women.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. People like Officer Grayson ain't gonna do it. Hold on, my phone is lagging. All right, I think it's better now. But yeah, people like this guy ain't gonna do it with his German World War II tattoos on his arm. You even see the good officer behind him pulled out his weapon when he seen what happened. Did y'all see the video footage from him? Did y'all see his camera footage? I know a lot of us seen the first day the other officer's footage, but did y'all see his footage? Because his footage shows that she put the pot down, raised the hands, and he's still screaming, put the pot down, put the pot. She already did. And I know you saw it because we all saw it from your point of view. The whole camera showed what you could see. And he's still screaming at her. That's a shame.
She even apologized, brother. She said, "Okay, I'm sorry."
Yeah. Yeah. And then he proceeded to do exactly what he came into that house to do. Let's not be fooled. Dougie, give us your age, race, and pronouns.
Hey, what's up, my brother? Listen, I'm new. I'm in here. I don't know how much y'all already talked about, but yeah, man, I
Give
didn't
us
hear
your
your first.
age, race, and pronouns.
Oh, yeah, I'm black and I'm 32. I'm
All
from
right.
Jamaica.
Talk to us.
Yeah, I don't know what y'all already talked about, bro, but this one right here, bro, I've seen so many killings happening, bro, and over we just pass it, and we just like, okay, we got through this one. Maybe it's not gonna happen again, but it keeps on happening. And I tried to skip across this goddamn post for like days, like the news feed, not the news feed, but like I'm a TikTok person, and I try to skip past it. Like, damn, not again, bro. And when I finally watched it, bro, it broke me. It broke me, bro. It
Mm-hmm.
killed me. It broke me, and I don't understand. Like, are we gonna continuously make this shit keep happening? Sorry for cursing, bro. Continuously making this happening, bro, and we're just gonna keep forgiving, bro. Keep saying, okay, they lock him away. Well, okay, they lock him away, but there's 99% of them out there, and that 1% that they say that they're good cops. Just because they say they're good cops, what? Don't make them good cops.
Mm-hmm.
Because all my encounters with cops are so bad.
You breaking up, Dougie.
Because you want to never. Oh, I'm
We
so
could
sorry.
barely hear
Hold
you,
on, bro.
man.
Hold on. Damn, bro. Hold on.
Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, much better.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, much better, brother.
All right, the 90% of them that come on here, I won't say 99, the 90% that come on here and they're saying that they're good cop. You're a good cop, and you watch these things happen, and because you can't speak out of it, you're a grown person. In order to become a cop, you have already reached adulthood. You have the authority to speak, and you have the ability to speak when you see someone is doing something wrong. Why does
Mm-hmm.
it have to take for them to kill somebody? For us to always get on social media or march in the
Say
street
unalive.
before they figure out. You have to, the person
Brother,
that's right there should speak. Bro, you saw this man threaten this woman, number one. You saw this woman. Am I echoing?
Yeah, you got a bad reception, brother. You might have to go down and come
He
back up.
saw this threatening to shoot this woman in the face. All right, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you spitting facts. We can't make out what you're saying. It's choppy. Thank y'all for putting that one in the comments.
Dang. Wish I had a better speech.
It's all right. Just come back up because everything lagging. You gotta come back up. But thank y'all for tapping like, tap like, tap like. If your lips are thicker than a Snicker, if the first food you think of that starts with the letter Y is yams, then I need you to tap like. Get us on the right algorithm with the people that need to be in here. Dr. Nico, what's going on? Give us your age, race, and pronouns, please. Dr. Nico, are you there? Dougie, I don't know. Dougie, it looked like your reception's still back, but go ahead, try to talk to us again, brother.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. So they are saying this woman had a pot in her hand and she didn't even have a pot in her hand. She had oven mittens. She had oven mittens. She got down. She said, "Sorry, I forgive you. I mean, please don't. You know what I'm saying?" She apologized going down, which was so sad. But what are we gonna do? Are we gonna keep marching? Are we gonna keep trying to find justice through social media? Are we gonna? We're sick. I'm sick of this shit now. Cause now, man, I'm gonna say this. I'm afraid of calling them.
You should be. We ain't need, I mean, some of us might. We ain't need to see this video to know. We don't got no business calling 911. They not gonna bring you justice.
I see what they did to George Floyd, and I see what they did to dang, I can't remember her name right now. But damn, I see those things, bro, and it's just like, okay, I'm hurt all the I'm hurt all the time, but it's just continuously happening. And they turn, oh, black kill blacks all the time. No, bro. You look in the neighborhood where black kills black because there's only black living in black neighborhood. White kill black. White kills white.
Please stop saying the K word, man. You gotta say unalive,
Oh,
brother.
my bad.
Think
I'm
about think
sorry.
about TikTok as if we're talking on Barney and Friends because they flag like a lot of words, brother. You gotta replace those words with something else. Unalive, pew pew.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you spin.
WT pew pew, WT pew pew all the time, and BLK and BLK kill. You know what I mean? Pew pew each other all the time. So yeah, that's because that's the neighborhood they live in, and we see the WT on WT crime, and we see the BLK on BLK crime, of course. But what we're really talking about is the WT cops that are unaliving BLK, and it's very sad, sickening. It's sickening now. It's very sickening, bro. Like, where are the freaking like we get justice here and there for that one cop that does these things, but where is the reform and where is the? It's not like they feel like they have all the power because they wear a badge. It's not because you were put on here to serve and protect. They forget to serve and protect, and they only see I'm in danger. How? How? That was not you. You were not in danger for that. I'm sorry, man. Someone else can talk, bro. I'm just too hurt for this, bro. I am so overwhelmed. I want to break down because, you know, I'll be on. I'll tell you something about me that no one really needs to know. I date a WT woman, and I try to bring up the conversation. She didn't say shit.
Yeah, you need to get away from her.
She didn't say shit. I brought up the conversation. She didn't say shit. Why didn't you say you didn't have a thought of it or nothing? Like,
No, and you shouldn't expect her to, man. You need to get away from that. Telling you because all it takes for her is to feel offended and call the Privilege Protection Department, and you end up like Sonia Massey on her tears. So just know you playing with fire with that one.
she called the cops on me all the fucking time.
Oh, you something wrong with you? You ain't got no common sense. You don't know
Bro,
better. You ain't learned.
let me find me a black queen. Let me find me a
Yeah,
black queen. I'm out of here,
yeah,
bro. I
ASAP.
Because
tried
I
that
was
shit.
gonna let you slide for being a bunny hopper, but after you said she called the police all the time, now come on.
No, no, come on now.
Hey, and I told her, I said, yo, you can't do that because you know what they do to us.
Brother.
She know. That's why she calling them. Cause
Mm-hmm.
she letting you know who's in charge.
So I gotta say this. I know it's off topic, but listen, black mans, if y'all in here, do not think that the grass is greener. Go date a white woman. I'm sorry, because you are not gonna fuck. You're not gonna date a white woman and think that you're gonna escape or you're gonna find happiness. Nah, brother, you're not gonna do that. And my white WT woman, I tell her we don't deal with police like that because they not for us. And that woman called the police to help her, and she got unalive.
Yeah. Well,
He was there to man. I don't know what y'all talked about before I got here, but she literally did not even want him in there. She literally was like, she got on the phone and she was like, "Yeah, they're here, but I want you to stay on the phone with me." Man, I grew up in a church since I was a baby, and let me tell you, I almost lost my faith in God, but seeing that right there, bro, brought back my faith to 1,000,000% because
Brother, I'm gonna tell you right now.
she saw something in him.
The direction that you're going, right now. All right. First and foremost, we are the world approach to your dating preferences. That's got to stop. That YT woman calling the cops on you multiple times and then you accepting it and still trying to stay with her. That's extreme. You're
That's
basically
the mother of my two childs. You don't.
playing with fire while sitting inside of a tub of gasoline and then dousing yourself in acid. That's what
Hey,
you're doing by doing that. Don't do that.
black
And then
facts.
number
Black
two,
facts.
hold on, brother. And then number two, what we need to do is we need to steer the conversation towards
Black facts. I brought the back. I brought back the conversation. But listen, damn, bro.
yeah, we gonna we
She
gonna hope the ancestors guide you up out of that situation because it sounds like you in a whirlwind, a snow flurry. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like you in a snowstorm.
hey,
So we gonna wish you the best on that, man. You definitely in the sunken place,
I'm
brother.
trying to tell my brothers, bro. It's not even over there, bro. Hey, I'm gonna follow you, man, cause you was a real one, bro. I swear.
All right, appreciate you.
Yeah,
Let me
bro.
let me let let me let
And
the let me
and
yeah.
hold on, wait a minute, hold on. And here you go, my brother. Hats off for you, man, because you're speaking. You have people on here who is speaking. You know what I'm saying? Hats off to you. I know
Appreciate that.
I'm gonna get out of here, but I just want to say, man, I am hurt to my core, bro. I am so hurt to my core. I don't think that anything us black people have been preaching and doing is getting to this shit when we forgive them. We got to stop forgiving these people and forgetting, bro. We got to continuously pressuring these people that are in law, that are in above, that are in office, that we call presidents and we call, and we got to make sure that they know that, yo, we are sick and tired of this. We're sick and tired of always taking the BS that we have to go through. Kamala Harris is saying she doesn't support how black people. She's not gonna support what do anything for black people only. We got to step to her. If you want our vote, you needs to. We have to put them on the spot and make them know that we're not doing this no more because you guys are not doing anything for us. They could do everything for Chinese, the people who are crossing the border and everything, but they're not doing anything for us. And this is one of the things that they're not doing for us, of protecting us from the law, which the law have been wronging us so long. All we have been asking for is protection from the law. The law is not written for us. The law is written for them.
Brother, the entirety of the constructs of racism and white supremacy are designed specifically to make it so that whatever laws that they put in place only benefit them, only uplift them, and specifically operate to the destruction of us. But we definitely want to give space to Sister Dr. Nico. But I appreciate you, tapping in and
Yeah,
adding your
man,
contribution.
I'm out, man. I'll watch the live, man. Just I'm too hurt to even speak on certain things, man.
All right, man. Get away from that bunny. I'm gonna go to the next guest.
One day when you go live again, bro, we talk about that, buddy.
All right, we talk
Dougie,
about.
wait,
Go ahead.
Dougie, before you go,
Oh,
where you
he
from? You from
gone.
the
He
island?
gone. He already gone.
I could
Go
tell
ahead.
from he had a little accent. My bad. My ADHD over here like squirrel. I'm Nico. I'm 26. What else did you ask?
Your race and your pronouns.
Oh, and I'm Black and Asian, and my pronouns are she, her.
All right, talk to us.
Um,
Everybody got a bad signal
man,
today. Is it me? Your signal chopping up. Everybody that start talking got a bad
maybe
signal.
it'll be. Can you hear me, Benny?
Yeah, we hear you. Please mute up when you come on the panel.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
The thing about it, a good cops is an oxymoron. The entire institution in and of itself is rotten to the core. So there inherently cannot exist any good cops, right? It's like saying, it's the same thing. It's the same sentiment about when people talk about, well, there were some good slave masters. Baby, they still own slaves. How could they have been good people at all? Even if they were treating them nicely, they owned humans. You know what I mean? Or saying, well, some of the Nazis were nice to the... No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. At the end of the day, the police force was bred out of slave patrols. And that's not some conspiracy. You can literally go look up the history. It was a direct transition. Right after slavery ended and there were no need for slave patrols anymore, they rounded up all the men who were doing that and said, we're creating a new organization, the police force. And it was the same exact men, the same exact buildings that were used as outposts for slave catchers. They also used to train dogs and bloodhounds to help them catch slaves. That's the same thing they do at K9 units. I mean, bar for bar. You know what I'm saying? And an institution that is created like that, you have to understand when the foundation of the house is bad, it doesn't matter how pretty the house, you renovate the house later on down the years, it's still bad. You know what I'm saying? And there is no amount of reform that can fix it because it's at the foundation. You have to tear the whole thing down and rebuild it. That's the only logical solution. You know what I'm saying? With any of these institutions in our country that are inherently racist. And the police force is one of the biggest examples. And someone was talking about earlier, this is a rare occurrence, there's just a couple bad cops. It's not like this happens all the time. It does happen every day, though. Maybe not people getting killed, maybe not to that extreme, but it's really sad that it has to get to that extreme for any of us to be called to attention. You know what I'm saying? It's people being discriminated against every single day. It's Black folks being profiled every single day. It's Black folks being wrongly detained every single day, but those stories aren't making the news because it's not juicy. It's not, it's not noteworthy. Nobody's going to click on that article. But it does happen every day. And it's not just one bad cop. It's too many. It's too many to allow it to keep happening. You know what I'm saying? But because the dominant person group in this country are not the ones being so negatively affected, unfortunately, you know, it's not worth their time and energy.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that breakdown of what's going on. Appreciate appreciate you coming up here. Appreciate everybody tapping like. Don't forget to keep tapping like. We're trying to get to 25K likes. I think that was a good place to start it from. I think she brought up a good understanding of where we want to start this conversation from. The historical context she gave, and even the present day context. That's the foundation of this conversation. Thank you, sister. And Akash, give us your age, race, and pronouns, please.
Hey brother, how you doing?
I'm well. Give us your age, race, and pronouns.
My age, I'm 30, and I don't have any pronouns, you know. And my ethnicity, I'm
Your
Indian.
race.
My race, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I would say South Asian, Indian man.
Asian. All right. Go ahead, talk to us.
All right, so yeah, so my thoughts on the whole, you know, I watched the whole body cam footage thoroughly into its entirety, you know. And I believe that Officer Sean Grayson, you know, his actions were not justified for the deadly force, you know, for the deadly use of force that he inflicted upon, you know, Macy. I don't think so. That was, you know, because I watched the whole video. So he had a problem with the steaming pot, the boiling water, right? So if he had an issue with it, why didn't he just go, you know, move it himself instead of demanding her to go move it, you know, so he can make it an excuse to find a reason to, you know, unalive her.
And why did he move in? That's my question is, right? If you think someone's going to throw a pot of boiling water at you,
Yeah, yeah.
even with your pew pew drawn, why
Right.
would you move in closer? Like, I don't know, y'all might have to go back and watch the video
No, I
again.
watched the video.
But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, he moves in closer. Like,
Right.
I'm backing up. I'm getting as far away. You got a pot of boiling water. I know.
But that's the common
Yeah.
sense that they lack. That's the critical thinking. His critical thinking he wasn't really thinking because like and he was not in danger of his life whatsoever, because if he was, he would have backed up or went towards the door like any common sense person would have been like, yo, okay, he's coming out. And he lied about saying how he falsely claimed her coming at her with the water. I never seen once in the video that she ran towards him with the boiling water or anything. All I heard her was saying, I'm sorry, and then ducked. And then I seen him put like 3 shots in her face, you know? So it's like, how do you justify this? Hold on, bro. Cause like, all she said was, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. That's not a threatening statement. That's not even, you did not threaten her. So how did he take that as a threatening statement? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, how's that a threatening statement?
Because he's a fucking demon.
Yeah, he's the devil and the devil came out of him, you know? Like, so it's like, no, bro, that's not justified use of force right there. You can't, I don't know how that's going to work in court, because that's not even self-defense right there. So
The way he started talking to her straight from the very beginning of the video when she answered the door is very condescending. I mean, the entire time you could just already tell that he had a preconceived notion of what
exactly.
was going on. He had his own biases about this black woman when he saw her.
And he ID'd her. You're not supposed to ID someone if you did not commit a crime. If there's no probable cause, you cannot ID someone. So she's the one that reached out to him and to make her feel safe. But you made her feel unsafe in her own home, and you unalived her. You know?
Yeah.
I think that was fucked up. And I hope he does life in jail. I hope the charges stick. Motherfucker don't deserve to see the light of day, bro. I'm just gonna say that.
All right. Well, thank you for that. And we're gonna go to the next guest. Appreciate you, smart
Appreciate you,
sister.
brother.
All right, smart sister. What's going on, Auntie?
Hey, I was just looking at a Van Jones, bitch ass, talking about how y'all got to get ready because black men are not gonna allow
Oh
anybody
yeah, I
to
seen
hurt.
that.
Yeah, to hurt. First of all, she got the Secret Service, you dumbass. She's about the safest black woman on the planet right now. So what do you think? He's acting like all the black men that support Trump, if anything harm comes to her. Are you kidding me? They could care less. And my thing is, why don't you protect Sonia Massey? Those are the sisters that need protection. She got the Secret Service. Are you, man? It's just everything I got to keep from going to wherever the hell he is and slapping the cowboy shit out of him. Oh my God. If he ain't crying, he's sitting up here acting like he gangster and he gonna do something. Are you kidding? I know I could whoop his ass. I already know for sure. Get out, sit down. Oh God. Well, that's all I got. Had to get that off my chest. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Auntie. Next guest, Norris. Give us your age, race, and pronouns, please.
59, black man, no pronouns.
All right, talk to us.
I just was telling someone, we talking about this situation. I know a lot of cops. I'm from Chicago.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but I know a lot of cops, and not knowing from a standpoint gotten in trouble. No, I never gotten in trouble, but knowing them from the standpoint, I went to grammar school with these men and women, and I would tell them, black cops don't have the same power as white cops do. Yeah, you have the same position, but not the same power. That's evident. When a black cop kills an unarmed white person, yes, not only do he get fired, but he goes to jail and get prosecuted. Only in rare situations you would have a situation like this white dude here, where he actually went to jail and is getting prosecuted. That's rare, because a system has been put in place where it co-signs their behavior. And so it's just a sad reality, that this stuff like this is still going on. And like I told someone also, as a man, as a black man, I am so sick and tired of us always have to be so nice and so tolerant. And my favorite one, we have to always be so forgiving toward people that do not reciprocate toward us. I'm so sick and tired. I'm just sick and tired of seeing this. We always got to be so nice and so accommodating. I'm tired of this.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to be.
If you all know who Dr. Francis Cress Welch is.
Welsing.
Welsing. I like how she said, if forgiving them does not change their behavior, then no, they don't deserve forgiveness. And people say, oh, forgiveness, we need to forgive and forgive them for what they do to us. Well, why aren't we forgiving like that toward one another? If it's so divine.
Because that's intergenerational trauma.
Yes, exactly, ma'am. You're absolutely right. You know,
And I always tell people, if you want to use the Bible, when God get tired of stuff, He wipes it out.
they,
So
yes,
where's the
even
nonviolence there?
Miss, you're a million times correct. You know, even his patience wear out, and he says, "I'm through with y'all."
Hmm.
You know,
And He
but
gets rid of you.
yeah, and we do have to we have to forgive, we have to forgive. But hey, man, wait a minute. Uh, 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 um, she mentions in her book as well, because I bought her book.
The ISIS
A lot of
papers.
yes. I got hit. What's that? Hidden color. I got ISIS papers too.
Yeah,
That
it's the
both.
same book.
Yeah, when she said a lot of that stuff came out of slavery, she said this is what they did. You got whipped. Do you forgive me? No. Keep whipping. Do you forgive me? No. You forgive me. Then next thing you know, yes, I'll forgive you, master. I forgive you. Now imagine being done like that for weeks, months, years, centuries. Now we forgive them automatically, even when they don't even ask for it. We forgive them. Even when they don't even ask for it, we're so forgiving, and so loving, and so this and so that. I'm tired of that, man. Because because we don't fight back. That's why they continue to do to us what they do to us.
Well, we fight back, and all of us don't forgive them. See, that's the thing we don't know about. I think about back in the '60s, and I gotta find it, brother Legend. They call them salt and pepper teams when you had the black cop and the white cop, and I want to say it's the Peace Stone Nation with Jeff Fort. I think it was one of the groups like that used to would pull a brother out the car and beat the white boys. So, brother, don't think we ain't never done that, which they messed up Jeff Fort. See, Jeff Fort, if y'all don't know, and I'll have to give you some more information on it too, Brother Legend started the Blackstone Nation or the Blackstone Peace Stone Nation, and a lot of different groups. They pulled together a lot of the gangs in Chicago, like 20 gangs. They got federal money. They got over $1 million to do job training programs, whatever. So, and this was a street brother. He wasn't no joke. But of course, they got him on that misappropriation of funds, right? And then when he left, he did a little time, got back out, did some things, and now he's serving 168 years. They put all kind of stuff on him, but that brother wasn't no joke, and he brought brothers together. You know what I mean? Then he became a Muslim
And that's
and started the El Rookins.
that's why they did to him what they did to him.
Oh,
That's the very reason.
of course. But
That's
the
why they
main
did.
thing was when he became a Muslim and started the El Rookins too, and they really wasn't no joke. And when it came to the Pope,
Just like I told a friend of mine, I said, I do not agree with every single thing Minister Louis Farrakhan says, but do you know why I respect and admire him a great deal for? For
What?
him to say the things that he says straight in the face of white America without flinching an eye. You got to have backbone to say the stuff he says. And for him to say the things he says straight in their face, that's why I admire and respect him a great deal. Even though I might not agree with every single thing he says, but I admire and respect him a great deal for that.
Well, it just goes to show you get your stuff together and you get that protection. You create your own protection. Any man can say whatever he wants. You just got to be ready to say it with your full chest and be ready to take whatever comes along with it.
Oh, and
See,
yes,
everybody
ma'am,
want
he
to throw a
does.
rock and hide their hand. What?
Yeah. I say, yeah, and he does say it. But ain't nobody gonna jump to him either.
They're not.
All
So
right.
far. That's
but
another
We
story I
got
heard about. I was friends with his assistant's daughter, and I had heard about a story. You know, with Muhammad Ali,
yes,
when he came
yes,
got in the nation. They said that they had this is when he had that Thriller in Manila, because you know
yes.
the folks wanted all the money, but he had joined the nation. You know, he was a Muslim at that time, and they said they were at a hotel meeting to talk about this fight, and said the Italians said, well, you know, when we don't get our way, things tend to happen. And they said, brother minister told them, look out the window. And they had the fruit surrounding the entire hotel.
Love it,
And they
love
said,
it,
and when we don't
love it.
get what we want, things tend to happen.
What the?
Okay. And that was
Love
the
it,
first
love
time.
it.
That's when a black promoter, what's his name? With the hair flying.
Oh,
uh
Don King,
Don
Don
Yeah.
King.
King.
And the Thriller in Manila was run by that. That was one of the first time a fight on that magnitude wasn't handled by the Italians. So you see what I'm saying? You gotta just
Yes.
have balls and be ready to do what you gotta do.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
It,
Yes,
it has
ma'am.
happened many times in our history. So, you know, that I don't know what else to say in terms of when you get enough, when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired,
Yes.
like Fannie Hamer said, then you get
Yes.
up and do what you got to do.
That's right. That's
Let
right.
the chips fall where they may.
I want
That's
to
all.
speak on really quick because I got to go in a second. But what Norris was saying earlier, and I think the brother that was on before me touched on like how angry, like just how overwhelmed and exhausted, exhausting it can be to have to, deal with it. Like the emotional and mental gymnastics of, having to deal with this type of racism, seeing it in the news, and then also simultaneously having a group of people deny that it's even happening. And I noticed that in recent years, this whole upheaval of white folks saying that now it's the black folks that are being racist, right?
Oh,
They,
please.
man, they saying that we're being racist. And I feel like that is such a powerful propaganda tool to take the institution of racism and try to flip it into just, well, you said something that hurt my feelings, or, oh, this black person is speaking like they hate white people. And honestly, can you blame any black person that hates white people though? Can you blame somebody who is an oppressed individual for hating their oppressor? That's not racism, baby. That is a justified response to the current state of events. You know what I mean? And I feel like the recent discourse in recent years about taking the word racism and applying it to black folks who are discontented with white people, it really decenters the entire conversation that needs to be had. You know what I'm saying? It takes all of the valid points that we, make about racism when we have a discourse like this, and it dilutes the entire discourse, because now if I walk down the street and I call a white T girl a cracker and her feelings are hurt, now I'm racist. You know what I mean? When actual racism, like what happened to Sonia, is still very much alive and well and real and needs to be addressed still, you know?
Mm-hmm. Y'all, well, appreciate you for that, sister. We got somebody new on the panel that didn't get a chance to speak yet. Wyoming, give us your age, race, and pronouns, please.
38. I don't have any pronouns. I don't use them, and I'm white.
Why don't you use pronouns?
Nico, I don't see any need for them. I know who I am, and never needed them before. So I just want to say a couple of things.
You got to use pronouns at some point. You speak English, don't you?
Correct. Wyoming, he just went to the store. Damn.
No,
You
I
use
understand.
a pronoun.
I understand that. I understand that. But I don't use pronouns to speak of myself. I am a male.
But you just said I is a pronoun.
Nah, I don't even feel like arguing with them. I don't believe white people when they say they don't use English, because this is the language they forced us to speak. So I'll let a brother or sister to slide. Pronouns is a Eurocentric idea. In the first place in Africa, we didn't have pronouns. But I'm definitely not about to let some European come up here and lie to me, talking about they don't use pronouns when I'm speaking this language because of y'all. You don't even know how to speak. Use your own rules of your own language. Jim, give us your age, race, and pronouns, please.
Hello.
Peace.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Your age, race, and pronouns, please.
I'm 49, black male, and my pronoun would be Mr.
All right, let's talk to us.
Yes, I want to talk on the
Ooh
maths.
wee, you got too much feedback. You got too much feedback, family. Everybody, Mike is messing up on here today. Everybody, be somewhere quiet. Have good reception before you come up here. Please, Julian, give us your age, race, and pronouns.
My name is Julian. I'm black. I'm 33, and my pronouns are he, him.
All right, talk to us.
I was actually gonna disagree with the former creator. He got off a minute ago saying that I think he was referring to the nation or the Farrakhan, saying that he looked up to him or like something to the effect of how he speaks against the U.S. government. And I'm somebody who grew up around a lot of members of the Nation of Islam. If you look at some of the videos from them at Mosque Mariam, you could probably see me in some of the background of a lot of them. I'm not affiliated with the NOI at all. I'm just saying that's how I grew up around a lot of people from because of my father. But I would say that largely they have been ineffective in actually doing anything for Black people other than just outside of rhetoric. And that rhetoric is also, I think, in the long term, actually just been deemed ineffectual because anybody that really challenges your U.S. hegemony is normally taken out. And I don't think that they have been as effective. And I like a lot of the things that, the minister says, but I think they've largely been just deemed ineffective. I think if you take a certain stance against white hegemony, it's going to be effective to to get us to nod our heads and to agree in conversation, maybe in the barbershop or amongst each other. But when you look at it in long-term actual effect and effectiveness, it doesn't really do anything.
Well, what I have to say about that is obviously the people going in the nation of today are not the same people like we were back under Elijah Muhammad, and they were much more self-sufficient. And my thing is this: you can say what you want, even if they just take care of their own community. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the way I look at it. I have respect, and at least they have, until we take under our arm a lot of people they did coming out of jail, doing whatever, cleaning them up, whatever. Yeah, they're not going to be the savior for Black people. But the fact that the organization did what they did with their members and were a little more self-sufficient, that's fine. I think we got to quit, until you have done some of the things they've done, we can't talk about them. We're ineffective for what? They're not supposed to be the savior of all Black people as far as I'm concerned. If they looking out for themselves and their organization, that's fine. They saved some Black people. So, what are they supposed to do?
Yeah, I'm not making a claim that they haven't done anything. Like I said, I come from a community where people were involved with the nation for a very long time. I'm somebody who's also bought bean pies in Chicago. Like I'm not somebody who is who is saying they've done nothing. But I
Me
think that,
too.
no, but
I've been to Mosque Mariam many times.
no, but the point of what I'm saying is that I think looking at we look at a lot of these groups very nostalgically, and that same nostalgia and affinity that we look through, not just the NOI, but looking at even looking at we look to Tulsa, Oklahoma as man, look what they did in Tulsa, look what they did to us. At the same time, My mom. I don't have a white mother actually. I'm very black. I'm just I'm light skinned. My sister is the same color as the creator. I see that in the comments, but but we look at communities like Tulsa, Oklahoma, as like as a like a black mecca, or a vision of what could have been. At the same time, looking at communities like Tulsa, Tulsa was also like a feeder community for another oil community that was a community over from Tulsa, and that's not this isn't a critique to like knock us down. This is to look at ways that in the community we've been inefficient or have misdirected our energy to look at other things to say,
I'm
well,
gonna
what
be
else?
honest with you, Julian. What's the purpose of talking about this right now?
Well, I was just directing this to the comment that was before. But if you want to send it or refocus your conversation, I'm totally fine with that.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want this to turn into us talking more criticism towards black people than we are.
No, not to be critical, and if I am being critical, it's critical. I mean, I'm very involved in Chicago and I'm from Chicago in grassroots or grassroots organizations to help the community. So this isn't a critique to be negative. So if you feel like I'm doing that, then I am sorry.
Did you want to talk to the topic?
About Sonia Massey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that dude should be hung by his balls. But I and that's just, I mean, I hope that's what happens. I mean, it's a gross use of power, of state power, and I think depending on, I mean, regardless of what happens in the election, I think that we're going to start seeing more brazen acts of this violence. Actually, not less. I think as our government and some late stage capitalism destabilizes, we're going to see actually probably more of this, just from a perspective of how power, when it wanes, it does more things to try to control and hunker down on people's freedom of movement.
Okay. All right. We'll go to the next guest. Poetic Logic. What's going on, family? You here with us? Poetic Logic, you here?
Logic, you here?
B-Fly, you got an echo. You gotta turn off your Bluetooth, turn it back on, something. You got an echo. We can't hear you, B-Fly. I think you got a phone issue.
All right, I'm right here. I had to turn my Bluetooth off. How you doing, my brother?
I'm well. Give us your
Well, I
age,
come
race, and
on.
pronouns.
I'm 56. Me.
Your race?
I want to, I'm black, brother,
All
from
right,
the city
talk
of
to us.
Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
I come on and I appreciate some of the things that I have heard and some of the things that my fellow black folks that came on and said, and then also I paid attention to how you handled that situation with the y'all call them YTs or something like that. I sat there and listened to you handle that situation, and I wish the young lady could have handled the situation like you handled the situation. You noticed what he was about before he got a chance to even pull trickery or foolery. And it's sad that a lot of black women don't have that street knowledge that you have. And I hope a lot of males that's tuning in that got daughters. I mean, my heart goes out, man, because you look to call the police, or your daughter that's away in college, and she looked to call the police because dad's so far away, and the police come and do something so terrible and horrific is what our children got a chance to see. If you got any grandbabies or kids, bruh, notice how syndication has no problem with exploiting us, with putting fear in our daughters, our wives, our girlfriends. They got a strong campaign, bro. They got a strong campaign. The system do, and the system is totally against my race of people, and it's just sad, bro. You know, it's sad, and you know, he get a chance to live. He get a chance to, you know what I'm saying, move around. His family get a chance to come visit him.
For now.
But yeah, for now. But I want. I'm gonna close when I say this. I want us to start paying attention. I was gonna write a list or say how many people that's black passed away, but then can I say passed away? Is that fine?
Yeah.
Passed away. But then I was making another list to bring to your attention, bro, how we do each other. And I looked at both lists. I said, man, it's a lose situation all the way around. It's a lose situation all the way around to be walking around with no black unity. Decade after decade after decade after decade after decade.
I
And it's
just
serious.
can't. Look at how
So
much we do. You know, I don't understand why in our brain, here we go with this thinking in dichotomies that, oh, okay, the Popo did this, but okay, ooh, look what we do to ourselves. We can change what we so-called do to ourselves. Okay, this fool up here is a part of the system, and we need to quit conflating the two. And if brothers would step up and do what they got to do, then you can stop all of it actually. Because if you protected your daughters, your mothers, your sisters, and we can protect ourselves too. Don't get me wrong. Cause I'm one of them kind of sisters. I don't go down easy. Okay, so why don't we stop always pivoting to what our community does? There are a lot of people in our community doing work and trying to organize and do stuff. Maybe if you're not a part of one of those groups, okay, but don't say, oh, black people ain't got no unity. We ain't blah, blah, blah. This is the entire police system working against us. We always have to fight to survive every decade, like you said. So why don't we concentrate more on fixing that than always pivoting to, ooh, but whenever you say but, you just negated everything you said right before.
well, I'm glad I, see how calm I was to listen to what you had to say. That's the exact thing that I was saying. It's 2024 and we have no black unity. And that's something to
That's
really
what
look
I'm
at.
saying. You can't keep saying that.
I
Maybe
got to.
you don't have none.
I got to. I gotta
Well,
say it.
then if you do, then you wouldn't be sitting up here talking about what we don't have.
I gotta say it because that's the truth.
Brother.
Oh, Lord have
Tell
mercy.
me,
I
tell me
can't.
this. Tell me this. Do you think it is better to scream at someone in order to get them to listen to what it is that you got to say? Or is it better to talk to them in ways in which they can help to uplift themselves and give them a strategy or a pathway that they can follow in order to better themselves? Which path do you think that person is more likely to, or which advice do you think that person is more likely to listen to?
Okay. I'll use an example for you.
No,
I
I
told
mean,
my son,
just
can I use an example?
which
Can I
pathway would
use
you? Well, hold
can
on,
I use an
family.
example?
No. Just which pathway do you think would be most likely for that person to follow? Like if you screaming at them, like, "Oh, you need to da da da, you're this and you that, and you so negative, and you da da da." Like, but then you switch it around and you say instead, "Hey, so here's a way in which you can do this. Here's a way in which you can take care of this." Which way do you think that person is more likely to follow?
The second way, the way that you just explained. Screaming has you can't connect with screaming.
All right. So then the same thing goes for constantly telling our own African family how much we ain't this, how much we ain't that. White supremacists do that all the time, every day. You see other black people doing that all the time, every day. We got so much internal negative thoughts that we could literally, like, we do that all the time, every day. That we
Okay.
need solutions. We need to
Well, I'm gonna say this.
we need to have conversations about things that we can develop.
Can I say something to you now? I'm gonna tell you this. The reason why I say that is because our young men, our young girls, they don't have a chance or opportunity right now without having our own system. And I gotta say it because if you're walking around and other nationalities are coming into this country knowing that we don't have any unity. And when you don't have unity, that means, guess what? A fool like this could walk in a house and hurt someone and get away with it. I feel like he gonna get away.
I'm gonna tell y'all, this
Can I
ain't the
say something?
conversation. No, hold on. I'm gonna come to you in a moment.
Okay.
This ain't the conversation where we need to try to criticize the black community, try to criticize black unity. This is a conversation about the white supremacist police. That's what we're here to talk about. If y'all want to have conversations about what the black community have and don't have and missing and what we need to fix, we can have that talk another time. Right now, we're talking about the oppressor and his institutions of racism.
But that's the root of it, though. I mean,
White supremacy is the root of any division within our community as well. So I don't know what y'all. A lot of y'all grew up Christian. That's what it is, ain't it? That's what it is. Y'all grew up Christians. That's what it is. Them Abrahamic religions got y'all feeling like you need to whip yourself and repent every time something bad happened to you. When something else happened, when something that you can't control happens to your community, it's us. It's us. It's because of us. Like you got to self blame.
Well, they looking at it the wrong way. They ain't understanding the African origin of Christianity. That's my point. I grew up Christian too, and I'm like, Lord, give me the strength to crack this dome. Okay,
Yo,
I
I don't know which one of my mods keep bringing people back up after I drop them, but can y'all please? I don't know who that is. When you see someone come up here and I drop them, don't bring them back up.
That's it.
Please. All right.
I was gonna add to. I don't know if you mentioned this earlier before I got into the live, that the sheriff's department that hired Massey, his like potential father-in-law is in charge of that police station, and his girlfriend worked in the hospital that had taken in Sonia Massey before during like a psychiatric stay. So I'm just saying that to add to the level of how much the system is involved in all of this, of a former army private who was dishonorably discharged. So just to add to
They
that.
had 6 jobs, and didn't they say Massey had a family member that had been unalived by the Popo as well? That's the newest thing. And that nurse that you just said.
That's not a
What?
conspiracy theory either.
Don't
This is
claim.
this is well documented.
This is true.
All right, yeah, we don't gotta convince nobody.
Nope.
Heaven wants to give us a word. Can you please give us your age, race, and pronouns?
Okay, I'm here. I keep getting muted. I am 47, white, and woman.
She, he, or they. Choose one.
What?
She, he, or they. Choose one.
She.
All right, talk to us.
And I've worked in law enforcement as a civilian, not sworn, for 23 years. And I've seen so much stuff. So much stuff that has saddened me and made me so upset.
I don't care. All right, y'all, I gotta go. I just found out I got a flight at 3 a.m., so I'm gonna cut it short. I didn't even want to hear what she had to say. She sounded like she called the police. Like, she Listen, anyway.
No, she was about to call the police on the live.
That's what I mean. She sound like she had tuna. She got tuna casserole in the oven right now. Sound like
safe.
Yeah. I got a flight to catch. Y'all, free the land, free Haiti, free Congo, free Libya, free Sudan.
Thank you for the live.
Appreciate you, Julian. Free Afro Brazilians, free black people everywhere, free black people in America. Always remember to be one. Our website is down right now for B1 Initiative, but if you want to join the Discord, you can. I'll send you the link. You guys can DM me. I always post my lives, replays on YouTube if you want to check those out. They're there, BIGBROLGND. And I'm going to catch y'all tomorrow. Black Laws for Black Liberation for all black people. My name is Brother Legend. I'm here to raise your consciousness, and I'm out.